Universities in England are facing a financial crisis, with 40% of them projected to run budget deficits this year, according to a report by the Office for Students, OFS. The sector is losing money on two of its three main income streams, teaching domestic students and conducting research. The third source, international student fees, is under attack by government rhetoric and policy. Rachel Hewitt, chief executive of the Million Plus Association of Modern Universities, explains that teaching home students and conducting research both operate at a loss, while the international student market has been diminished by government policies. Universities are thus in a volatile funding situation. The situation is dire, with some university leaders warning that the position is even worse than the OFS's forecasts. Professor George Holmes, Vice-Chancellor of the University of Bolton, believes that the sector cannot be sustainable or thriving if the unit of resource for teaching remains as it is. The current cost of teaching a student is estimated to be over £11,000 per year, but the government's funding has not kept pace with inflation. Despite the sector's turmoil, which has seen over 50 universities announce course closures and redundancies, there has been little political attention. Labour is unlikely to focus on the issue before an election, while the government is hesitant to raise tuition fees for domestic students. Holmes suggests that the government could fill the funding gap by providing grants of £2,000 or more per student. However, he believes that this would need to be accompanied by student number controls to prevent some universities from gaining an unfair advantage. Another option is a levy on international tuition, which could subsidize grants for teaching domestic students. However, international student applications are declining due to government restrictions on student visas and the graduate visa route. Vivian Stern, chief executive of Universities UK, emphasizes the importance of linking tuition fees to inflation. The current freeze on domestic tuition fees has left universities struggling to keep up with rising costs. In conclusion, universities in England are facing a financial crisis due to losses on teaching and research income, and a decline in international student fees. The government needs to address the funding gap and link tuition fees to inflation to ensure the sustainability of the sector.